So another friend just told me today that she's pregnant. And you think that at some point it would get easier to hear that. Even when you're kind of expecting it, which I kind of was, but it never gets easier. It's not getting any easier. And there's so many more to come. Like, I honestly don't even know how I'm gonna have the strength to do it. I'm trying to prepare myself mentally. I just don't know how I'm gonna get through this, and I feel like I'm stuck in a hell that's never gonna end. And my friendships are changing, and there's people that have been really insensitive to us because they don't get it, and that's okay, but we have to protect our hearts. So our friendships are changing, so there's people that we can't be around anymore because we have to protect ourselves. And then there's people that don't want to be around us, that are avoiding us because they feel bad. So we have a lot of people that have kind of just disappeared and are off the radar because they, have gotten pregnant for their second or third time. And when I haven't heard from a friend for a while that she's probably pregnant again. And they feel bad, so they just avoid me. So then all my friendships and my relationships are getting really complicated by this journey. And it would be so much easier if the journey would just end, but it's not ending. And in the moment, like right now, it feels like it's never, ever gonna end. And then I will be in this hell forever. And I don't know what strategies I can put in place to make it easier, because it doesn't seem to be getting any easier. You think it would with time, but it just stings. And it's not their fault, and you get that. They're not doing anything to hurt you, to hurt us. They're not doing it on purpose. And people that allow this journey to make them bitter and angry are gonna lose most of their friends and will ruin the rest of their lives by just stewing and being bitter and angry over how horrible this journey is. And the reality is that most people don't get it. And you have to accept that. And you can't expect people to understand what you're going through. So either you confide in people and you tell them, and two things are going to come from that, which is what I've noticed. I've gotten closer with some friends, and then other people, it has backfired. And they've used that information against me. Not many, but if that's happened, that's an immediate culling of that relationship. So sometimes you have to be vulnerable in order to weed out who you should talk to and who you shouldn't talk to. So depending on what personality type you are, you don't always want to confide in people, but sometimes when you confide in close family members or closer friends, or that you thought were closer friends, and it backfires, then instead of getting really angry, which is very hypocritical of me to say because I've gotten super, super angry and hurt by it, which is okay. All emotions are okay, as the psychologist says. But instead of getting super angry about it, it's information. It gives you information on, okay, I've given pieces of information out to people, and they've either been sensitive, they use that information against me, or they've been loving and supportive. So you're filtering, you're culling, you're getting information on your friendships, on which ones you should keep and which ones you should back away from. So view it as a filtering system, view it as information, view it as a test, instead of just getting really, really hurt by it. But if you're hurt by it, that's okay. Go through the emotions and allow yourself to be hurt by it, and just allow yourself to grieve the loss of that friendship. And it's really easy for me to say this, but I've been going through quite a bit of this lately, and it's hard. It's really hard, because when you're going through something this hard, the last thing you want to do is to also grieve certain friendships. So it's all part of it, and I hope to God it starts to get easier. With each thing that happens, I try to see a little bit of a lesson or positivity in it, but sometimes you can't. And it is what it is. It is what it is.